Welcome back. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our website, channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. You can also watch us on the go on your mobile device. Log on to m.channelstv.com or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from the respective stores. Having the Channels TV and Channels 24 apps will give you access to news and updates. You also have the Eyewitness feature, so you too can be part of the news. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu and follow the instructions to share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. The number of internally displaced persons in Borno State has continued to rise with sustained military successes in operational areas, while the government and humanitarian partners have been interfacing to meet the growing needs of the affected population. The internally displaced are spread around villages across the state, neighboring countries and the state capital.
The devastation caused by the Boko Haram insurgents in the northeast has created a huge gap economically for the victims. Now the government is torn between providing feeding and medication, as well as building back communities to enable people return to their homes. It is for this reason that contributions, no matter the quantum, are being solicited in order to complement government's efforts in the post-insurgency period. The Nigerian Ports Authority is the latest donor to the food bank of the affected population. The NPA's donation is in commemoration of the 3rd anniversary of the Chibok girls' abduction.
I believe that the Nigerian military has the capacity to rescue our girls, and we look forward to the release and rescue of the remaining 195 girls that have been held captivity. Next week, Friday 14th, these girls will be in captivity for 3 years. That's too long a time for anyone to be away from their family. We call on to the Nigerian army, we call on to the Nigerian government to strengthen its efforts towards the rescue of these girls.
The contribution, which the government describes as the largest from an agency, will go a long way towards meeting the needs of the IDPs. The Borno State Governor appreciates the goodwill of the NPA and asks other agencies to take a cue from that gesture.
Exactly a year ago, she's not your run-of-the-mill armchair critic. No. A year ago, she was here in Borno. We traveled in the same vehicle to Chibok to commemorate the 2nd year anniversary of the abduction of the Chibok girls.
The state government has said it intends to officially close all internally displaced persons camps in Maiduguri by May this year. Displaced persons who for any reason are not able to return to their villages just yet are to be relocated to their respective local government headquarters.
To the North Central, the Benue State government is stepping up efforts to linking local farmers to cluster markets in semi-urban centres with the ongoing construction of 16 rural roads and bridges in the state. The special advisor to the governor on project monitoring, Mr. Isa Usman, during a tour of the 2 billion naira rural project, says the current administration is committed to opening up rural communities.
Work is ongoing at the 51.1 kilometer Tseabi down to Shishi Feeder Road project in Guma Local Council of the state. Work on the 2 billion naira projects, consisting of 10 rural roads, some of which have been completed, and the 6 Unit 3-span bridges in Gwe East and Otupo local councils are still ongoing. One of the contractors handling the rural projects and the Director of Works from the Bureau for Rural Development speak on the projects.
We are just trying to see how we can laterite it and, as a matter of fact, do the little stone pitching, and that will be okay. It is almost 95% okay.
The pipe foundation is made up of casing that carries iron rods together with concrete. That is to transmit the load that comes from the vehicles and whatever into the ground. The total amount I cannot tell you often, but I think it's within the region of. By the time they are completed, it will cost up to 2 billion.
The team from the Benue State Bureau for Rural Development, which is responsible for the projects, also visits the Kinga Village 3-span bridge as residents commend government for the projects.
It will help us to transport our goods and make more money, and even things that we cannot transport it before, when the bridge was not made, then we shall be able to do it.
After the tour of all the ongoing rural projects, the special advisors on project monitoring and that of rural development asked communities to own and protect the investments.
They should cooperate with the contractors and ensure that what is supposed to be done should be done well, and not to connive with any contractor to cheat them.
Most of the rural roads we are doing, or most of the projects we are doing, are derived from the people. And therefore, when it is completed, it is what they wanted that we have done.
3 out of the 10 rural roads in Agatu, Tarako, Aundona, and the massive feeder roads have all been completed, and farmers already enjoying these social investments.
Governor Mohammed Abubakar of Bauchi State has signed into law the Public Property and Funds Recovery Tribunal Law 2017 that empowers the state to retrieve looted funds and property belonging to government. The law empowers the tribunal to prosecute any person found guilty of both state and federal offences. Governor Abubakar assures that the rule of law will be strictly adhered to in the recovery process, and anyone indicted given a chance to prove their innocence.
Corruption that is fighting back, but we are not going to be deterred. We will continue with the fight, and we will continue delivering the so-called dividends of democracy to the good people of Bauchi State, like we agreed. What we have done is to promulgate a law that will enable us to prosecute all the offences, including federal offences. And we started by first and foremost obtaining the fiat of the Attorney General of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to enable us to refer charges under federal laws and prosecute them in Bauchi State. This is the enabling law.
Bauchi State Governor Mohammed Abubakar. Imo State Governor Rochester Crotter has inaugurated, the State's Development Council SDC with coordinators in the 305 wards in the state. Speaking at the event in Owerri, the state capital, the governor says the idea is to take governance to the grassroots for development, with each ward having 21 SDC committee members as well as a coordinator who would function as representatives of the state government.
Two things we must do if we must succeed as a people. One, we must develop the resources of our land, and we must promote our culture. For every given word, society, state is created by God with their human, material, and cultural resources. For no one, no state, no nation can grow outside their human and cultural resources. So those have a relationship with God. The end of this is to bring more stakeholders: security, party, clergy, civil servants, teachers, hospital management, and everyone into one umbrella. Let us listen together.
And news across Nigeria continues in just a moment.